melanin dripping, sweet candy coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you moving, put me in a mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance to me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance to me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you run the world? Let me sit face to face. Know your feet detention, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. Hear your voice, angelic high, so amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. Cause we're still grooving. Cause we're still grooving. Cause we're still grooving.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, 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 girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna treat you right, you see, you see, you see.
Hey, 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 yeah, girl. So come wind back for me, I wanna see if we got good chemistry. And come wind up for me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and you have my attention. And dance for me, baby. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention. And dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Keep it moving, we're still grooving. Aye. Cause we're still grooving. Step out, step out. Hey.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing, I try to describe. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of light. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Never thought I'd fallen in love again. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond.
It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall.
No, never. But my heart's been stolen again.
But my heart's been stolen.
Last forever.
We'll go. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. You will go, baby. You will go, baby. Ooh, you will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I am your host, Neil. He's your host, Derek. And together we are here with another session of the Senate Podcast. So how you doing, my brother?
Had a good workout in the evening. Really intense. Like challenging. It took my boy Mark to the gym with me this evening again.
Keep speaking. Just hold on a second, because we're getting some.
Yeah.
They would have told you again. There's some audio issues here, but keep speaking.
Yeah, man. Took Mark to the gym with me. It was a little rough for him, but I think he survived. I think he made it through. But what I'm seeing here, look like I'm frozen. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Ah, boy.
It's one of those nights. Yeah, man. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
But I can't hear you. So let me figure this out here for a minute. You there?
Yeah, man. Still here.
Still can't hear you. Boy, oh boy, if it ain't one thing, it is the next. All right, so Derek, while I try to get my audio issues sorted out, you could plug the show.
Yeah, man. Just see my boy Steve in the house. Steve, just let me know if you can hear me. If you can, just drop a 1. If you can't, I will realize when you don't respond. So yeah, this is the Senate podcast, folks. Here on YouTube, Renrick Phillips is in the house. Good night to you. Chase on my boy Moxie in the house. This just in sports show. Moxie, let me know if you hear me loud and clear. Okay, good. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, man, we here. Senate podcast live on YouTube. We are 260. So for those of you who hit the like button on the way,
I know they're saying they can hear me, but I can't hear you. So that's a big problem.
A very big problem. They say they hear both of us fine though. So yeah, man, you've Senate podcast here on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share the content. Make sure some of your friends are getting it. Because as Neil will tell you, we're here to do the Lord's work. Come every night, every Tuesday and Thursday, we come to do the long form content. That's what we call the test matches. And on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we give you some one-day cricket in between there. You know, so you seem to be enjoying the one-day cricket, which is pretty standard even for cricket itself. People enjoy the shortened form of it.
I still can't
more than
you ain't got to do your thing here till I try to figure this out.
Yeah, so yeah, you would have heard G-Syndicate at the top of the show. Yeah, that's my group. I formed it, the musical director for it. Showed it the guys, Kiamal, Vaden, Mark, Brett, Hugh. Big respects to them doing their work. I'm trying to produce something for you very, very soon to come. So that you can have some new music to enjoy, a little bit of something familiar that you would know, but our spin on it. And we are here. I don't want to launch into the monologue before Neil gets everything sorted.
Okay.
All right, it seems like he's still hearing you, my brother. It sounds like you can hear me too.
Yes, I can.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Are you again?
I was just saying,
nothing, right?
Nah.
All right, good.
I was just saying I don't really want to launch into the monologue before we get everything started. So yeah, you can find G-Syndicate, folks. G-Syndicate6.com, Syndicate6 here on YouTube, also on Facebook and on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram, G-Syndicate6, but on Instagram you gotta spell out 6. Somebody decided unless you want to had to kind of do a little bit of a change. So if you see G-Syndicate6 with a number trying to sell you some Bitcoin, just report that so that we can have that taken care of quickly. Neil, you still there?
Yeah, he's still here. He's still here, brother.
Yeah, man, Neil is still here. So as I would have told you, we do the one-day cricket Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We do test cricket Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock. It's Thursday. It's 8 o'clock. So we hit a crank, right?
You know what time it is.
Yeah, you know what time it is. So let me just make sure, Neil, that you got all the paraphernalia necessary for this evening's service.
I do.
Good. So we are ready to rock and roll. So let me get into it, right? Those of you who are now coming in, who are making your way in, hit the like button. On the way in, if you're new to us, if you've seen us for the first time, hit the subscribe button as well, right? So let me get cranking. Women are their own worst enemies. Let me say that again. Women are their own worst enemies. And I know that's a rough statement to start with, This morning, you would have shared in our chat an exchange on Facebook, which would have greeted you as you signed in early o'clock this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the screenshots, the exchanges in the screenshots, we saw a lot of people talking about relationships and marriage and whether modern relationships are a partnership or whether it's a case of man or the woman being the head of the household. Those screenshots got me to do some thinking, because in reading the exchanges in these screenshots, it became very clear to me that the ideas that a lot of us have about modern relationships are warped. And those ideas are warped, right? Those modern ideas have come about by something that is not very modern, right? So tonight we can talk about one of those things, right? Something old as time. Tonight's show is called The Girls Trip, and that's what we're going to talk about. The Girls Trip, sisterhood, right? Anybody that watch Girls Trip knows that, two of the regulars here on the show, Miss Tiffany Haddish and Jada Pinkett, they starred in that movie very prominently. Interestingly enough, Jada Pinkett played my girl Jada Pinkett. Let me be very clear about that. Jada is my girl. He will tell you that, right?
I don't know why.
That's my girl, right? That's my girl. You should have seen her in the Lord on Dirty Shame, my Lord have mercy. Anyhow, I don't want to digress, but she played a character who could not move on after she lost her husband. So let me reframe that and say she played a part of a person who could not move on after she loved someone very near and dear to her. Just gonna leave that there where it is.
Let them marinate.
See, let them marinate. Let's see some tight casting going on, because Queen Latifah, she reprised her role as Khadija, as the strong, silent, well, not silent, but the strong, dominant female from Living Single. And Tiffany Haddish, another regular on the show, she typecast again as the loud and abrasive, a little bit obnoxious, boorish ghetto female of the bunch, right? Regina Hall, the classy one of the crew. And if you look at it, it's a kind of Golden Girl situation. Yeah. One who is a little bit out there, footloose and fancy free. One who's a little bit more quiet. Then you got the stoic one in the bunch. You get the drift, right? And that's the committee. During the movie, we saw how their lives were intertwined and how decisions that impacted each other. Decisions didn't work out, all the little jealousies and the grosses and stuff like that impacted their relationship that they didn't really talk about and stuff like that until the very end, of course. We saw all of that, right? And we see that on Facebook daily and on other social media platforms, day in and day out. Something is posted, and if it dares to offend the sisterhood, we see a circling of the wagons, the pitchforks are brought out. Whomever made the offensive post is dragged for filth, as one of my exes would say, put in their place. And this is why I want men tonight to be grateful for the advent of social media. Social media, folks, gentlemen in particular, has provided us with access, if not understanding and navigation, but access to the labyrinth that is the female mind. They say the female mind is like spaghetti, everything touches, right? Wrapped up in one another, right? It allows us insight and a better understanding as to how female nature operates. Unfortunately, it has not provided women any access or insight into the minds of men, and this is where the disconnect comes. You see, most of women's information about men is transferred to them by their interactions with whom? Other women. So between the epidemic of single motherhood and mainstream media in movies like The Color Purple and Waiting to Exhale and Diary of a Mad Black Woman, And then we got daytime programming such as Oprah, Dr. Phil, The Steve Harvey Show, The Real in modern times, The View, etc., 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 as somebody was saying. Women have been led to believe that what they have been fed is an accurate indication of the average man. Unfortunately, this has led them to the belief that the average modern man is of very little use, trifling, a cheater, sometimes secretly gay, and abusers. Therefore, long-term relationships and marriage are abusive and serve no real purpose to the modern woman. Now you have even women who haven't experienced the atrocities displayed in movies like The Color Purple and Waiting to Exhale, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. They claim these things as if they have experienced them personally. And I want to say here tonight, and I'm sure the men would agree with me, not every man is like Turner. But this narrative is constantly pushed.
Sorry, I want to interject, right?
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Not only are some men, but I posit very few men are Ike Turner.
Ike Turner, particularly in the modern day, right? So, man, if you agree with me that there aren't many Ike Turners walking around, put some ones in the chat, right? What are we seeing now? What are we seeing now? Men have decided to push back. And as a result, we're now seeing a rise in male-oriented content here on YouTube. For example, we got MTR, Kevin Samuels, O'Shea, my guy O'Shea, Duke Jackson, show O'Shea. Shoot, the Senate podcast, right? Hey. And interestingly enough, a lot of women are actually consuming this content at a very high rate. Very recently, we even saw Nicki Minaj sit down and have a conversation with the Godfather Kevin Samuels on IG Live. Why is that? Why are so many women, if the men, if men ain't shit and if we just come and we start junk when they come, why are so many women gravitating towards male-centric content? Well, let me tell you what. Many women are starting to realize and to recognize that they have been provided misinformation. And that's not somebody running in a pageant, right? Misinformation. And sold a bill of goods by mainstream and social media, and are now trying to course correct and seek accurate information about the thought processes of men and how they operate. You see, mainstream media, social media has told women that, yeah, you can have it all. You can do everything. Regina Hall, she played the character in that movie who literally said, you can have it all. And by the end of the movie, she started to realize that she couldn't have it all. So let me get into the girls trip, the girl code, the sisterhood. Because my man Steve is telling me every time, women do things by committee. Steve, who? Yeah, women like to do things by committee. So how does the girl code impact relationships? Well, we all know that when you go with a lady, you will eventually have to pass a physical. Just like when professional athletes sign with a new team, they are required to pass a physical examination. So are you, gentlemen. Because why? A woman needs to get some social proofing with her girls about you. The ladies, the crew, the committee needs to approve of you. So this is why, gentlemen, it becomes critical. If you're interested in staying in the game, it becomes critical for men to make themselves as attractive as they can physically to start. We ain't getting to the other things yet. Physically. Work out. Shave. Cut your hair. Wear nice, clean clothes. Smell nice. Smells are a big thing for women. Yeah. Yeah, nice deodorant if you can't buy a cologne, right?
Right.
We ain't talking Rasta oils here. Ain't talking Rasta oils.
No.
Yeah, get a nice cologne. If you can't get that, get a nice deodorant.
Mhm.
Here's a life hack for you.
Mm-hmm.
Get a female deodorant.
Mm.
Get a female deodorant. Where it just as well smells even better, right?
I don't like that cake on thing.
You don't. You could get spray. You could get spray.
Oh no, I like the gel. Anyhow, I like the
Yeah.
gel. I like Gillette does work for me. The best the man could get.
And for those of you who want to take up that tip, little black dress. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And go put your rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sort out yourself physically, right? Get yourself in order. So since that's the case, we ain't gonna do all them things. Immediately we can see where the problems start. Because you might be a nice guy. Girl might like you for whatever reason, but she has to get that social proofing from you. If you 6'4", 6'5" like Neil, and you buff and ripped, shoot, she could work with that. If you ain't,
she will work with that.
she will work with that. If you ain't, got some other things coming on, right? You see, folks, if gentlemen, when we talk to my gents, right? If you aren't good looking enough, if you ain't tall enough, if you ain't muscular enough, if you ain't got enough swag, there will be a dissenting voice in the committee, in the girls' crew, the sisterhood. And that dissenting voice may influence, depending on which one it is, others in the group against you being approved.
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, if you're with me, put some ones in the chat. Ladies, if you're with me, put some twos in the chat. If you think you're talking bullshit, drop some threes in the chat. So after the physical, now we start to look at the intangibles, as we call it in sports, right? Because you see, it matters to the committee where you work, how much money you make, to whom you're related, who your friends are, and sometimes even who your friends' are. And then somewhere along the line, further on up the road, as my man O'Shea would say, we get to whether or not you're actually a good person. I don't know if you remember, Neil, but we did a short about a man who bought his woman a wedding ring, and she was not happy about that because the ring was too small.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? And coming out of that short, I had at least two other people telling me they know of situations right here in Barbados where that happened. Man bought a ring. The girl was fine with the ring. Woman was fine with the ring. She was all happy and good with the ring. But after the girlfriends saw it, somehow the girlfriends took the ring. They got it appraised, realized that it wasn't good enough or expensive enough. Suddenly she was upset with the ring. This is why I come all the way back to the very first comment I made when I started this monologue. Women are their own worst enemies. Because guess what? She didn't take the man ring. The man said, that ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
Yeah. He moved on, lifted himself up by his bootstraps, got somebody else who accepted his ring. He and that woman, going forward, living together, happy, 2 children, building a family. The woman who got the first ring, the original ring, all alone by her lonesome self. Let me get Keisha for that because I don't want to just misrepresent Keisha. All alone by her lonesome self.
That's right. All alone. Yep.
All alone by her lonesome self. But not by her lonesome self because she has a child now for somebody of ill repute.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So the committee matters, gentlemen. Right? Talking to my fellas, your committee matters. Ladies, if you care to verify the information I drop it, feel free. But the committee matters. Committee matters. Interestingly enough, I must say, many men forsake their own committee, forsake their boys and the advice of their boys to chase a woman that they had been advised that was, as my boy Choco would tell you, a bad horse. Right? I got a friend of mine, I ain't even know if he's in the chat right now, but a friend of mine, he was advised against dealing with a particular lady. Then we're talking to the men and think because of it, because mentally listen, this woman is a bad horse. And you won't want to hear. Ladies, we're not calling anybody a horse. That is just how men speak, right? And then misogynistic or sexist about that, right?
I mean, there's Corey Dog, so you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot.
And he discovered that she was, a bad horse when he drove into her yacht and saw her in the gallery on top of mine. Well, she was a jockey in that particular instance. And immediately, when he saw it, this was his response.
Yep. That would be my
Oh, yeah.
response as well, because yeah, that's
Let me take a pause.
all
Those of you who are to hit the like button on the way in. Yeah, hit the like button. You're watching the Senate podcast here on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't let me just come here and talk and y'all in hitting the like button. I'll show the content, man. Let me do something. If you're a fan, Neil, that's
what's that?
I think that's your fan.
Where is he?
I was here. But yeah, Kevin, she not the gallery.
You're breaking up there. You there?
Yeah.
I think we having some
Yeah, man,
connectivity. We having some connectivity issues because I get in some my audio dipping in and out too because you shouldn't be hearing my phone.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, so from here we can see where the challenges come in our relationships because women are choosing at this stage purely on superficial matters, on a superficial level. We haven't yet drilled down to find out if this man wants or is ready for a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
She and the committee just know whether he looks good or he got some money, and them good with that. Now, before the people in the chat come for me, the ladies especially, let me say that this is not to suggest that men do not do this as well, because everybody in the blind eye head know that men want women that look good.
That's right.
First and foremost.
Up front.
Yeah.
Yep.
And much like the temperamental, self-absorbed, and self-absorbed, temperamental, borderline dysfunctional athlete. The more productive you are, the more tolerance you get, the more privilege you get. So people are willing to put up with Antonio Brown because he was productive. The Nets are willing to put up with Kyrie Irving because he's productive. Similarly, ladies, the better you look, the more men tend to be willing to appreciate, to tolerate, especially younger men. I was like, she look good. So I can kind of deal with this here for a little bit. It's some bullshit, but I can deal with it because she look good. A man would say, she got ass. You know what I mean? Them is the things. Kind of look past certain things. So men do this too. So before you women start coming in, hold on, we know men just do it too. Right? But the difference between men and women in this regard is that as a man, especially after a man get burned a few times, he get older, he's way more likely to settle with a good girl that's like a 5 or 6, nearly say all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if she could doll up herself to 7 or 8, a man is way more likely to do that. Women, on the other hand, they have so many options. So many options available to them. It becomes difficult for them, especially in their peak years, which would be in your 20s, ladies. So if you're in your 30s and 40s, start to tell you, yeah, the damage already done. Yeah. It becomes a little bit more difficult for women to accept and choose a man who is not as physically attractive, especially if he does not have the ability to provide money or resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're picking up what you're putting down, put some walls in your chat, right? So let me get into that part. Fellas, you met the girl, you met the committee approves thus far, so you pass the physical. You put in the team, in the relationship. Here's the thing. A lot of the times, the decisions made in your home or in your relationship are not solely made between you and your partner. Let me say that again, gentlemen. A lot of the times, the decisions made in your home or in your relationship are not solely made between you and your partner, gentlemen. Many times, there are several outside forces and influences on the decisions made in your relationship. And if you doubt me, let's take a look at some screenshots that I found on the spiritual word on Instagram, right? You ready for me, Neil?
Yeah, ready, brother.
Yeah. Here we have the question posed or the statement posed by Paradise_Paris. The statement is: if women listen to their men, the way they listen to their friends, relationships would be more successful.
Oh my God.
And of course, gentlemen and ladies, I have some screenshots of the comment section for you. So let's take a look at what was said. So I actually coordinated them for you and did you the service of putting the ladies' comments in red and the gentlemen's comments in black. Of course,
in the streets.
But in the streets, put in our word though. Of course, names have been redacted to protect the identities and the reputations of the guilty. The comments stand on their own. So let's see what we're getting into here tonight. So this guy says they will deflect and make excuses in the comments. No accountability.
Be there again.
This lady says if a man actually played his role as a leader and earned the respect of his woman, she would actually listen to him.
We just call that leaving no off stamp, right? That we just call that.
Don't worry, you can drive that through cover shortly. Just know. Let's go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Tyranny Hills.
Tara.
Why is there always a counter? This man asks, what's your damn role? He says, so I gotta earn my respect from a female that doesn't respect. Laughing emoji.
Let me get your next one here on screen. Yep, you're there.
Oh jeez. Stop. Let me refresh. Right. The same men that need flashcards and purple crayons to buy groceries though. Yeah, we see you with the shame and insults.
Yeah,
we see it.
Yeah.
Not really a response.
Yeah,
it's just a deflection.
Yeah.
Somebody says I don't even listen to them. Have mercy. This last lady, I particularly love her. F a man and F a friend's relationship.
Oh damn.
All right. This one. This guy says them friends be hating when you gonna realize that. Somebody says their mothers as well. This guy says sometimes your single friends be jealous. But in order for a relationship to work, two people gotta want it to work out. I understand your partner is going to make mistakes and you got to forgive. Men. Same with the men, says this lady. Let's be logical, of course. We can deflect it to the men. Yeah, and then this lady says women need to this and that. How about we both listen and respect each other? Of course, yes. I find it very interesting, Neil, that black men have been roasted for years.
Mm-hmm.
We was all good with it. But no men started to push back. It's not one-way traffic anymore.
It always goes back to what about the men. But there will be a conversation about that, and there are always conversation about the men. How about we address about the shortcomings of women? Can we do that? Or that's allowed?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. But I got time. Let's crack on, my brother.
Yeah, you got another one there. Yeah.
Here we go. Somebody says they ain't ready for this convo. They call it the sisterhood. Women are triggered. The men are having a blast in the chat, in the comment section.
Yo, this one here rough.
Taking advice from friends that have not one successful relationship is nuts. I think that speaks for itself. We push forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you gotta date all her friends at the same time so y'all can all be successful.
Bye.
I see you trolling, but like it. Then this girl says, nah, for real, stop putting your friends in your relationship. Yeah. Somebody says, absolutely not. They need to listen to us. That's why we leave. They swear they know everything because they have a third leg. And then this lady at the bottom says, but I thought my man was my friend too. Yeah, you trying to be slick, but we all know that ain't what you really mean. Yeah, that's all the mean. We got one more.
One more. The lady with the monologue.
Yes, this was interesting. So she says, if your woman isn't listening to you, then it's something you're doing that leads her to not trust your judgment. Your woman is a reflection of your character as a man. True. True. On that we agree. All my friends that are in good relationships have no problem listening to their man, me included. None of us are at the fall in line type, so there is usually some form of discussion. But a man, the only thing missing there was a rail.
Don't do
But
that.
a man,
Don't do it.
in caps,
Don't do it.
will have no problem with sitting down and explaining to his woman why he has decided on something. Some men just want to lay down the law and expect women to whatever you like in return. But a lot of those men are not equipped with the tools or resources to do that. They just think because they have a little dangly thing that it makes them superior on, I don't know what GP is, but it doesn't. And this was the one for me. Why even be with someone you don't trust to lead?
I literally, Derek Marshall was just thinking from the first line of that monologue she just wrote. I was like, but why you questioning that man's leadership and not trusting him? Why you with him? You know what I mean?
So in the conversation, we saw a lot of deflection, accountability with the women, saying that men need to essentially step up and lead. And I'm sure a lot of ladies in the chat agree and share many of the sentiments expressed by the ladies in that comment section. Here's the thing. You see, ladies, we know you want to do what you want, when you want, how you want.
And have it
how you
in any packaging you like.
Yeah. But at some point, you will have to tune out the noise from the girls, from the committee, and seek wise counsel in order to make the best informed decision for you. We did a short a few weeks ago, Neil, weeks, maybe months by now, where this lady, she was in a relationship with a guy, 28 years old. The guy was taking care of her son.
Oh, yes.
That was not his son. Yeah.
You rank months, but no.
She was saying he wasn't quite the kind of guy that she would normally go for, and he wasn't tall enough. He was a little scruffy or whatever. He wasn't dressed up and that kind of thing. He wouldn't take her out. But then when she hinted at a trip to Disneyland, and he provided that. You know, she was saying he was teaching her son how to play football or ride bicycle or something like that. And she said that he's a good guy and he takes better care of her son than her son's own father. Mm-hmm. She said that. They didn't make it up. That's what she wrote.
You can go watch that short.
Yeah, you can go watch that short. I don't know if you can find it, but we can find a link for each chat. Right?
I know.
And she consulted with her father. Her father said to her, "You'd be a fool to leave this man." But she wrote to Reddit to get advice from women that she does not know. No, your father can have your interests at heart. Some of the advice might be misguided depending on where he's coming from, because his instinct is going to be protecting you as a woman. You seek your father's advice, he gives you. But because you ain't here, we want here, you want to go to the random women on Reddit to get advice. Right? We need to start by making informed decisions. And that is where we will get better outcomes. Ladies, your girlfriends are a dangerous place for you to get your advice about men, especially advice about the men with whom you are involved. A lot of them, single, lonely, and desperate. Let me just call a thing, right? I see it daily on Facebook and Instagram. Y'all know that I be out there in these streets just watching and laughing a lot of times. They don't engage in the conversations because, I don't need nobody to upset my chi and oneness, right? But I watch it and I see a lot of people provide all this false bravado, and then a strong, independent woman. A woman hear me roar. That's my ex. But then, shout out my girl Jan. I don't know if Jan is watching. Jan, if you're watching, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Jan messaged me early last week and said, I like put my mouth with people because 237 was real cold. I'm so afraid of. He said it was real cold.
A lot of things is happening at 237. You see what Wishing your girl, man. That had the
TMR.
yes, TMR Braxton. Yeah.
She was breaking at 237. Literally at 237.
Hold on. There, broken.
Broken it. Yeah. We see you, TMR. I don't think that's the only thing that get broken, but that's another story. Yeah. Sometimes your girlfriends are jealous of you. Let me be real. Think about this, ladies.
Sometimes misery loves company.
I was just going to say it. Think about this. To Neil's point, misery loves company. You get work late. When do you feel more secure? Walking into work late by yourself, or walking into work late with 2 or 3 of your co-workers? Unless, of course, you're the boss. If you're the boss, you walk in with everything you feel like.
Yep.
But when you are in middle management or you're down at the bottom rung, when you're walking into work late, you are walking with somebody else. To take your money back to school. When you were in school, you walk into class. You want to walk into class late with somebody else. You don't want all the attention focused on you.
That negative attention.
Yeah, and how recalcitrant and delinquent you are. So, misery loves company to this point. So let me ask a couple of hard questions as I wrap up, right?
Go ahead.
Ladies, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Trust me. All right? Phrasing. Anyhow. Why are you choosing men that you do not trust to lead? Why are you choosing men that you do not trust to lead? Let me ask another question. Are you choosing poorly? Or, stay with me, is it a case of you choosing correctly, but then being so afraid of all the shit that you would have been served in social and mainstream media that you sabotage or sabotage, as my man Choco Minaj was saying. You sabotage your own relationships. So, ladies, are you willing to ignore the girls? Are you willing to make decisions with your man? And this is a coup de grace here for you ladies. This is a real one here. This is a real one because I see a lot of talk about partnership and, we do this and we that. Anything with more in one head is a monster. Just put it out there. Right? So this is a question here now. Ladies, are you willing to be led by your man? Are you willing to be led by your man, ladies? No, don't misinterpret. I think when they say to be led by your man, that it means that, this is like Turner. Let me be real, like Turner don't exist like that.
That's the man leading sheep. Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people see, the Ike Turners and the farmer leading the sheep out to pasture. But you're talking about leading.
You're talking about that. Choose somebody. We ain't talking about power. We're talking about competence. All right? To borrow from Jordan Peterson. We ain't talking about power. We're talking about competence. Somebody that is competent to lead you. If you can do that, you will have no problems. Gentlemen, let me talk to you as a rapper. If you're a woman doesn't want to be led, that's fine. That's all right. You can't force a woman to allow you to lead. Yeah? Because that's a fight. What you can do, though, is leave her where she is. You ain't got to interact with it. You ain't got to deal with it. One thing I can thank my ex-wife for, because of her very, because of her personality. Because of her personality, I found that I was able, in the aftermath of our relationship, to spot certain things very early. Consequently, I don't fight. That is who you are. That's great. Hey, how you doing? But that's it. We ain't interactive much further past that. Because again, nobody else said he might cheat and oneness as they get older in life. So if you feel like, you want to be the man in the relationship, or you want to bring the masculine energy, as Neil would say, to the relationship, that's fine.
You don't need mine.
But yeah, you don't need mine.
You don't need mine.
You don't need mine. Do you, boo boo? We can be all right over here. Do you over there? You know what I mean? Do you over there? So, fellas, you don't go making a fight in a noise. Who think that the got bigger dog alerts than you? Let them carry on. You don't got to be vexed. They're in a rancor. They're in a angst. They're in nothing. Keep it trucking, as we see here all the time. So, ladies, gents, got some decisions to make. I hope that my word has found you, that you've read, marked, learnt, and inwardly digested the message that I had here for you tonight. Over to you, my brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I didn't get to do my intro properly because I had some sound issues. Headphones broken. You can see a bit of scotch tape here. Not making excuses, but you gotta build the ship as you fly it, as you sail it. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming down the pipeline. You already know how we keep it. We bring content you 5 days a week. So, and we want to say, as we approach our anniversary and as we approach certain milestones behind the scenes, I feel it important to say, because I felt like this coming into tonight's podcast, very thankful and grateful for the support that we are getting, even if it's from people, because people don't agree with everything we say, but they still share and they still like just to get the conversation going. You understand what I mean? To kind of, even if it's for a rallying cry to support their point, or if it's to support our point, or even just to have healthy discourse. And more people that we see in here are starting to have those conversations outside of us, and we love it. So Derek, as you were speaking, we always have these conversations behind the scenes, right? We don't just come here, set at the camera and the lights and talk, right? We talk about these things outside of this, right? And we don't have a plan. We don't have a plan, Derek. I know Derek sends me what he wants for his monologue and what he's titling everything, and I just slot in, because to me, even though I don't need to know the game plan to understand that I'm on the same page when it comes to these things. No. While I was listening to you, Derek, I know something that would often be said is that women, essentially what we are saying, it sounds like we are saying, and just bear with me for a minute.
Yeah.
That we are saying, you know what? Don't shout out Ramel all the way or over in a way. And good night to everybody else. I would have missed everybody. Steve, Jennifer, Omar, Renrick, everybody. Thank you so much very much for joining us. Kevin, shout out my boy Kevin. What up, dog? One thing while you were speaking is that it sounds like we are saying, do not seek advice from your friends. And that's not entirely what we are saying. I realize what it is with everybody now. I understand why it started, the green stream. Y'all don't like the wording of certain things. We operate with the understanding that people are educated enough to understand words and meanings, but you have to spell it out for some people, right? So that you don't get the blowback. So what we are saying is, Derek said it in his monologue, but I know it'd be glossed over because he said it once. Seek wise counsel.
Wise counsel.
There's nothing wrong in going to friends. Shoot, I go to my friends, right? But it is wise counsel. I don't go to any and everybody with my issues. You gotta be discerning enough to know that there are certain friends you can go that can tell you things that don't make sense, right? I'm not saying that you're looking for things that you want to hear, but you're looking for people that either A, would have made mistakes that is similar to you being on the precipice of, B, people that have had successful relationships, or C, people that have a certain level of discernment and understanding and not be dismissive in certain situations. For example, had a conversation today in the group chat, and Derek brought up a situation that I was in where I was given advice by a male friend, right? And I did follow that advice, and yeah, it didn't turn out to my liking, but I learned a lot from it. And it was sage advice. It wasn't dismissive. Say, oh, to hell with that situation, to hell with that. Don't do this, don't do that. No, it was telling me, you know what? If this is how you are feeling, and this is where you are, then
explore it.
Explore, right? So I say all that to say is that my council of friends is not every piece of information that I am given that I will take. Some men will tell you, burn the bridge. Some men will tell you, you know, swim across and meet halfway. Some men will tell you, go all the way. But you have to, one, know your situation, know with whom you are dealing with, know yourself, and two, pick and choose what information, because you can only explain the situation so well. I could come and tell Derek boy, they got this situation, boom, 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 ABC. But that's from my perspective, number one. So I may be already coming with a bias. I may be coming speaking from anger. I may be coming not giving the full example. And that has happened to me where a woman went to her girlfriends in anger, saying the negative things that would have happened. Shoot, I even had another woman, the woman tell me the negative things about a man she was dating. So now I up in arms thinking, you need to ditch this man. This man don't respect you. We need to get rid of this man. For her to say, come back later and say, I may have painted the wrong picture to you. And then she gave me the real S. You understand what I mean? So you have to, first things first, we are talking about adults. So you have to be discerning. You have to have a level of understanding, self-awareness, and discernment to know what makes sense from what don't make sense. If you are being true, honest, and forthright and transparent with your friends, and you have given not only your perspective, but you've also kind of humbled yourself to see the other person's perspective and be self-aware to know, like, shoot, okay, I feel a type of way, but maybe I shouldn't handle it this way. Because you don't want to taint your decision. When you go to your friends, right, and you say, man, Derek, boy, I can't believe this woman. You could believe she come and she tell me this here. But Derek can say, well, that's so messed up. But there's a context to everything.
Yeah.
You understand? And sometimes when we're upset, things get lost in the details. And Derek not being a party to what's going on will react.
Take out fire rage.
You understand? All of a sudden is, well, you need to get rid of she ain't a good, this, 9, next, third. But then when you really sit us down in a counseling session, for example, in front of a therapist, and we both tell our sides and our truth to that feel, Derek. That is where the real truth comes up. Right? Ramel, shout out Ramel, just came into the chat. Ramel was on last week and even this week was speaking about the conversations he would have had to have with his wife in therapy. I can't remember what it is now. Is the
courageous conversations.
Courageous conversations. Thank you very much. Courageous conversations, right? Where you sit down in front of your therapist and hard or soft, you speak the exact, honest, 100%, whether it is not going to be generally accepted, whether it's going to you speak the truth, right? When you go to your friends, especially when you come in with being from a situation that has hurt you, it is very hard for us to go and say, man, yeah, man, this girl do this and this bear jump, but really and truly, I can't hold it, and you know what I mean? Like, if I come and tell you, man, you could believe this woman get and throw a shoe at me, hit me in my head and bear jump.
Of course, they could be like, that's jump.
But then if the flip side of that, she threw a shoe at me because I told her that she is a big fat cow. Then yeah, I won't hit him with a shoe. You know what I mean? Don't hit nobody with no shoe, right?
Okay, just put out there.
But we have to be careful with whom we speak. Like, look, I've gotten to a point in my life where, and this has come with age, and everything that I share. And when I say any, like, there's not every story I share. I'm an adult. I am in my 40s. There are some things I simply have to work out on my own. Yeah. The only time I share with my friends is if I'm giving anecdotal evidence to support a point, or if I am simply venting based on having a space to share. But I am not going to them with advice to be imparted. I ain't going for them to tell me, you know, you need to do this and do that next. Sometimes you just want a listening ear, right? So let us be discerning with whom we speak about. And The second point I want to make here is that ladies, sorry, not ladies, Derek, the reason why, right? I can answer the questions you put forth to the women in the chat, right? The reason why women don't trust men and their leadership ability is because they choose poorly. Because, or becausing, as the old people would say, the first thing you do, a likes you and a wants you, and you in a bed. And you got to figure out the relationship as it goes. You understand? So now you realize this man I got the leadership skills. This man a good, you know.
Pookie and rare.
You understand? And sometimes it's not even a pookie and rare. That's an extreme. But sometimes we see men may got good jobs. Men may look really good. Men may be disciplined. But their leadership style is not for you. This is something I had to learn within the last 3-4 years, right? Women want men to lead. But women don't want men to lead the way the men lead. They want a man to lead how they as women want to lead, because they have this perception in their mind. They have a perception that a man is to do X, Y, Z. Some women believe a man should cut the grass. He should get up and he should go take up a weed whacker or a lawnmower and cut the grass. Prune it, shear it, do everything. Rake it up, put it in a bag. Anything less than that, he is not a real man. A man may say, you know what, I'm going to work smarter, not harder. I'm going to hire someone to cut the grass, landscape it, and clean it up. What is the problem? The job is done. Yeah? Shoot, the man may even have time to do things while that grass is being cut, to spend with the children or spend with you. Do things around the house, work on his purpose, de-stress. It does not matter. The point is that some women want men to lead how they want men to lead. They either have had to put on a masculine energy and facade in their day-to-day life, or they would have seen certain things and it's been romanticized to the point where they believe every man should be like a ship captain in the 1800s, swashbuckling against the pirates and fighting off the evils of the day to save the damsel in distress. Me in 2022. It don't work so. So, ladies, I will say, when it comes to leadership, there is something to be said for the courting phase. There is something to be said for dating. Yeah? I understand your man look good and you got the conky wrap up in foil for him. You got the conky in newspaper in the back of the cupboard ripening for this man. But is he deserving? Is he deserving of your conky? Is he deserving of your time and energy and effort? Do you know his intentions? You may want intentions for having a long-term relationship with this man. This man might just want bite the conky, or vice versa. You may just want the man to take piece of the conky, but he want a long-term, long-lasting relationship, right? So let us be very careful and understanding that leadership looks different from different points of view, right? Like if you want a man that is of quality, you want a man of a certain stature and status. And I ain't talking about 1%. I'm talking about men that are just decent men. You want a man that about his purpose. You want a man to take care of himself. Derek was speaking about a man to groom himself, clean himself, work out, do things for himself. If you want that type of man, you have to understand he already has a formula for his leadership style. He already is leading himself. And he has survived to this point without you. So when he gets in a relationship with you and you don't like or trust his leadership style,
that's fine.
What you upset at the man for? You just don't want his leadership style. So you either A, get on board with the program and fall in line to his leadership style, or you remove yourself and go and find someone that leads to your liking. But do not let us, you know, yesterday, Derek and I were talking and I stumbled across an analogy and just speaking about, you know, something. And you know, this life is a gamble. Life is like a casino, right? And in a casino, I don't know who, I know some people may have gone to casinos, may have gambled, may have not. But you know, in a casino, you have the slot machines, you got the men dealing the card games, you have a lot of stuff going on. But it's all gambling. It's all luck and chance. When you go and sit down on a card table, right? You playing blackjack. They got 5 blackjack tables. You gonna sit, they got 5 blackjack tables, 10 poker tables, they might got baccarat, they got all types of games there, right? Roulette, everything. You sit down at the table, there's always a person at the table dealing the cards and taking the money. There is always one dealer. One dealer. When you decide to take a chance on a man, he's the one leading. Men, if you go to a woman and she is leading in terms of the nurturing and certain elements of the relationship, you submit to her, right? Or you should. But if you, man or woman, sitting at a table and you're looking at this dealer, and this dealer, because women nurture, men lead, men provide and protect. Yeah? So if you go to a table and a woman is dealing, you gotta fall in line. If a woman nurturing, that's how she nurture, that's how she's get down, you gotta submit to that. You gotta deal with that. That's how she's moved in certain circles, that's how she carries herself as a woman. You have to submit to that if you want to play that game. Women, if you go to a table and a man is there, he is there to provide, protect, defend, enforce. Nobody ever went to a blackjack table and said, well, I ain't like how these cars coming.
You probably do say that.
Yeah, but you get put out though.
You can't deal it. You can't deal it yourself.
What you gonna do?
You can't deal it yourself.
You can't tell him, man, give me that cars, let me deal. You can't take me cars for your man, see you dealing. So let us understand something. Again, when we speak of submission, when we speak of leadership, right? We are speaking in the sense of a man protecting and providing and defending and enforcing for his family. Yes, there are some women that protect, defend, and provide, but by and large, almost exclusively, men protect, provide, and move forward. If you come into a man life, a man is in his the demographic of this podcast is between 35 and 44. Meaning that if you are a woman going to a man in this age bracket, this man has been protecting, providing, defending, and enforcing for at least 35 years. Sorry, that's not fair. He has been doing it for at least age of a man is 18. Shoot, I even give you 21. For the last 15 years, my man has been leading, defending. Say again? There you there?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you broke up. Sorry, I thought you said something.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If a man is in his mid-30s, for at least 15 years, he's been defending, he's been providing, he has been doing what he needs to do for himself. Chances are, when women don't want a man that is a homosexual, so the man is of some semblance of got his ish together. Meaning that whatever attracted you to this man besides his looks means that you appreciated his leadership style at that moment when you first met him. You may have liked how he carried his nails, like how he grooms himself, like how he dresses. You understand what I mean? Sure, that does not give you insight into a man in a domestic situation, but it gives you some semblance of understanding that for at least the majority of his adult life, or at some point, he figured it out, and that's how he leading, and that's how he going. So if you get involved with this man, you get in bed with this man, you're going on the road in the relationship, and all of a sudden you have a problem with this man's leadership style. Did you do your due diligence to really come up on figuring out his leadership style? You understand what I mean? Because it's so easy to be said that black men ain't got the ish to get and black men don't lead, right? But did Ben choose the self? So if I am to blame for not leading properly, If I am to blame for not leading properly, and I would happily accept that, there have been relationships that I did not lead properly, that I could have done a better job. As I said the last time, I can probably learn to lead and I can probably learn the human experience until I die. Even when I'm dying, I'm going to be learning because I never died before. So I can be learning to die. So if I have led before and I have failed in relationships because of my not doing certain things and having my ish together. Right? But I can choose myself. I take accountability for my lack of leadership. But you, women, you have to take accountability for some of these men that y'all choosing. Some of y'all know full well that this man here, may ignore that red flag there so far, he boy, cause he looks so damn good. He's slinging that pipe there, he's slinging that wood. Lord of mercy. Let me give you a blight here for these red flags. And some of y'all men too, you know. Some of y'all men seeing red flags, right? Shoot, I am guilty of that myself. You see red flags and you say, man, don't overthink it. But that boxy flat. She looked good. She's an agreeable woman. She's thing, right? But
that's what we do.
That's what we do. But at the end of the day, are you really doing your due diligence to giving yourself and this person in this potential relationship the best chance of going forward? I refuse to sit here and believe that the ills of relationships today, particularly in the Western world, particularly in the Black community, is all at the hands of men, of Black men. I refuse to believe, to see numbers that say 70 to 80% of all divorces are initiated of women. I refuse to believe that 70 to 80% of those, all 100% of that 70 to 80% are all because of men. I refuse to believe that. It is mathematically and statistically impossible that you have such varied human beings and it all be on one subset of it. We gotta be real, people. We have to be real. You go out there and because you going to your girlfriends telling me, I'm seeking advice for this man. You know that this man ain't the man for you. You know that this man ain't leading. You know that you didn't do your due diligence. You know that you hop into bed with this man quick. You know that you did not do the proper vetting process that you needed to do to discern if this man is really the man for you in terms of having a long-term and committed relationship. But yet still you go to your girlfriends. You bringing that energy with you. Your girlfriend seeing that energy and amplifying that energy and giving you advice to tell you this man ain't no good. There, I put it in the chat just now. The same man, right? She gone on Reddit saying that I got a good man, but I don't know if I should marry him. He's short. He normally my type. He's take care of my son, yeah, but he don't clean up well, and you know he real rough around the edges and this and that. Next, I don't know if I should marry him. I feel like he's settling. If you go to your girlfriends and say, but girl, you know that my type is normally 6 foot. And you know that I like men to be clean cut with nails done and thing. And you know that I like my men to, you know, be romantical as they're saying, carry me on dates, etc., etc. But the girl can say, well, sweetheart, you live in your truth. Go for what you want. You know that man is your type. You know you have a business with he go along with your business. You understand? So you can take that information, you can get rid of the man, and you can go out there for a 6'5" man. You can go out there for a man that ain't taking 2 looks at you, son. The man carrying you out, taking you on, and this and that next. But really and truly ain't interested in you know, the man might even treat you bad. Mom might say, here, tune, right? This what it is. I'm confused on how bug my ass. All because you have brought that energy. Do your vetting process. This is nuance. There is no one step or one formula to this whole equation. But we are adults. And at some point, as adults, I ain't talking about men, as adults, we have to take responsibility and accountability for our actions. If a relationship fails, unless the man or woman was doing something absolutely disgusting, you have to accept some sense of accountability and liability for the demise of the relationship. It is nuanced. It may not be something as egregious as this man or this woman dogged me or this and that. You may have it could have simply come down to you not being compatible in traditional morals and values in terms of what you want to say, gender innate capabilities, nurturing, providing, defending. Shoot, you might not have done a good job. You might just say, but this woman, she look cute in the face, I can lie with her. You know what I mean? This woman is a good conversationalist. Let me move down the road with her. This man got a good job. Man's drive a nice car. Let me get with him. But we have to accept, respond. And that's the problem with today's age. Nobody wants to take accountability for their actions. No one. When you go on social media is a place I highly advise people to dip your toe in social media, but don't swim in that. Don't wade in that pool here. That is a cesspool because there is absolutely no accountability on social
every day.
I understand, but you do it with a purpose.
Every day.
You do it with a purpose. You're not just doing it for whatever, right? But when you go into social media, there is no accountability on social media. Absolutely no accountability on social media. Everyone is a victim on social media. Even the people that are accused of crimes will tell you, I am a victim. My upbringing. So it has to start with a level of self-awareness and accountability. I am so glad. Yeah, I still here. I pause for a minute because I am very passionate about this, right? Because at the root of it, women going to friends and seeking advice, and as you say, women are their worst enemy, and they go to their girlfriends and they're given information that don't necessarily make sense because women sometimes judge men based on how they look, who they know, what they move with, and it really ain't got nothing to do with the bearing on the relationship. So some women may say, yeah, he look good, girl, go with that, or yeah, girl, he's driving bangs, go with that, or you know what I mean, but the man may be no good. And contrary to that, girl, he really ain't you tight, he don't look, he ain't muscular, you look your man muscular, or he don't make a certain amount of money, but the man got hard to goal. The man would take care and defend you, take care of you, and protect and provide you emotionally, financially, all the leads, domestically, all the leads. All you got to do is nurture this man, speak life into this man. You understand?
I think the challenge right now is at the end of the day, from an evolutionary perspective, women still want to be. They still want what they want. They still want to be protected, yes, but women still have physical desires, physical needs, and there's something innate that is going to attract women to men that are strong, obviously looking for protection and stuff like that, or men with resources, men who can provide. So again, that's still about seeking out protection and provision and stuff like that. So unfortunately for women, it is rare to get, like, The Rock don't walk about like that. Will Smith don't walk about like that. Men that look a certain way and still making oodles of money. So that's where the disconnect comes, right? And that's why I keep saying to my guys, if you want to game, you have to make certain strides to improve yourself across the board. So the first thing you could do, as I said, start working out, get yourself in good shape. Round is not shape. I say that all the time. Get yourself in good shape. Because at the end of the day, if you look a certain way, you could pass the physical, right? You could pass the physical. And that's important because everybody eats with the eyes. So the first thing gonna be how you look. So the girlfriend's gonna be in the ear. Yeah, he look a certain way, you could take that chance. All right, cool. Then carry yourself a certain way, which is gonna tie into the physical as well. And once you can get past the physical, now we start looking at the other things in terms of you improving your circle of friends, improving. You can't do that about your family. Your family is your family, but improve your circle of friends, improve how you eat. Believe it or not, how and where you eat. so that you're running on what I like to call clean fuels, right? As opposed to maps every day or something like that, which is not necessarily the best thing for you to eat. But you're running on fuel, so you're performing that person, individual, right? And then you start looking at improving the people around you as well, the circles in which you travel, so that because you don't want to be talking to a particular kind of woman and trying. Um, I mean, you live where you live, but you don't want to be carrying your woman at a place and you don't know when your door can get kicked down or when two shots gonna fly through your house. You know what I mean? So again, it's all about making those improvements, gents. Because the reality is, women want security, they want provision, they want safety, and you have to be able to provide those things if it is that you want to stay in the game. Especially if you know that you don't stand 6 feet tall or you ain't got model-esque looks, right? If you want to become, because at the end of the day, it's still a sexual market. It's still a sexual market, and if you want to compete in that market, you have to make yourself right. Let's see, we got interlope, but let me dive in the chat a little bit.
He covered, man. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, let's see where my hue was up here earlier. Apparently, when I was talking about deodorant and stuff like that, Jennifer says those are not basic things, apparently. Romel is giving us some advice. Polo Black, Old Spice, Armani Code. Let's see my boy Omar in the house. Good night to you, my brother. Good to see you.
Glad to see you.
Big hail to Jaleel as well. Aaron, Rick, Kevin as well.
I see we have a new person, Jerome Faulkner.
Yeah, Jerome Faulkner. I'm not sure who he is, but welcome to you. Good to see you.
He said
Kevin says
he said QTNA. And I looked that up because you know me, I don't know this line. Questions that need answers is what he say.
Thank you so much, because I was wondering what it was. So I'm not sure where that was. But yeah, appreciate it, Jerome. I know of one where the woman said she didn't like the ring and went and bought another one more expensive than the first. He paid for it too. He's she belongs to the streets. Unless you plan on smashing the squad, them don't really matter. But that's unfortunately for you, Romel. Yes, they do matter, because they are going to be the ones. They're the selection panel, so they can be deciding if we smash you first or not, right? Yeah, and Kevin is agreeing to her. It does. The committee will ride her for it. Yeah, because women want. So men can't get in the dates. Sorry to the guys who are in the crowd that might be fat. Even fat women don't want fat men. So they look at that. Just saying. Just saying. That's what it is.
Fact.
Yeah.
That is a
Shoot,
fact.
look at Lizzo. Lizzo don't want a fat man. Lizzo looking for Chris Evans.
She ain't hollering at Cedric the Entertainer. She ain't hollering at who else? Anderson. We name yeah. Yeah,
she hollering at Chris Evans and Dre and Carl Anthony Towns. Literal athletes, you know what I mean? If I as a man have to get the passing grade by a bunch of women that in a lot of cases are hot messes, she and then could get rocked. So yeah, you could also decide not to play. Yes, I won't etc. Says Kevin. Yeah, we ain't doing that at all. Yeah. Omar asks some particular question all the time and he gets crickets. Philip is in your house. Good night to you, Philip. Good to see you. Yeah, Marlon said she already knew her answer. She was just waiting for confirmation. And unfortunately, that's the challenge we have a lot of times. Because we want to do what we want to do. We are unruly. You know what I mean? And share this with you, right, guys? There's no man that has been successful, right? No man or woman who has been successful in anything. There has no success is achieved without rules. And I say that in anything. It could be building a rocket, It could be weight loss. It could be nothing is achieved without rules. And if you decide that you want to lose weight, you're gonna decide the rule is no flour, no sugar, or even if it's something no flour, no sugar.
Right?
We eat flour and sugar. And that's it's still here.
Oh yeah, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
I had a little freeze out. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem. A lot of times when women think about the whole leadership thing as we were talking about, Neil, they think about suppression and they're not being able to do what they want to do. But unfortunately, the man can't do what he want to do. So everybody has to kind of kill off themselves a little bit, for want of a better term. You got to do away with certain things that may be detrimental to your relationship in order for the relationship to flourish. That's just a reality. And it's not a case of somebody stopping you from being your best version of you ever. It's just a simple, we trying to do something. It's different. You're trying to do.
Right there. You gotta repeat that whole. Yeah, Aston, we got really gremlins out tonight. They don't want the message heard. I just joking here. I don't want to be one of these people that say we got haters. No, I don't want to be one of those people. But Derek, you breaking it real bad. I don't know if you want to repeat.
Yeah,
that.
I know what's going on. I know what's going on, man. But yeah, there needs to be rules. There needs to be structure. It's not a case of anybody trying to suppress what you want to do, but you're trying to grow together. You're trying to build together. Cherish said it in the chat on Tuesday night. A lot of people want to be married, but don't want to be a wife.
I missed that one, man.
Some people
Lord
don't
mercy.
want to be husband.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for those, you just can't operate how you want to operate. It just doesn't work for any relationship. The relationship Neil and I have here. If I decide, I don't feel like doing a monologue tonight, and Neil and I would come and look at each other for the first half hour of the show, and then just talk some shit about 8:15, 9:15. It can't work. In any relationship, you can't just operate how you feel it operating.
And a lot of women seem to think, commit to it.
Yeah, a lot of women seem to think that when you talk about submission or following the man's lead, that's what it is. That the man want you to be essentially barefoot and pregnant. That's not it. That's not it. Because guess what? If that man decide he want to go and party and drink and think for the weekend, you can got a problem with it. So that man can't do what he want to do. He got to submit to the rules of the house. He got to submit to you and respect you and come home. If that man saying, "Oh yeah, it's my wife," so you just deciding that you can walk out in a 2-piece on a random Wednesday to gain town. You ain't getting the beach now, and then you can just. I said I can't work with me. You can be vexed because all of a sudden, this man abusive and this man.
You got agency over your parts.
Yeah, you got agency over your parts. You can do what you feel like. So it can't work in that regard. And these are the double standards that are hurting relationships, right? David, yeah, man, tell me.
But you see, you always talk about the social contract, right? And this is so important what you just said, because the social contract, there's nothing that says when you get married, you have to stay home and not go with the boys and drink when you want. There is nothing saying you can't go in town in a 2-piece. You could do as you like. However, there is a social contract. I am going to provide safety and security for you. You are going to nurture what I provide and what I defend. So I will submit to you in nurturing what I provide and defend, and even what you provide in terms of nurturing. Shoot, even if you provide financially, my role is to defend that and to enforce what you provide. So there is submission on both sides. I feel like it's a stuck record that we be saying it, because at the end of the day, I don't understand. I saw one of our contributors in here, right? He posted on Facebook today asking about marriage and submission, leadership, right? From a man. Would you let a man, you know what I mean? He gives certain stipulations, but yeah. And women, married women, women that older know better, women that have been married, men, women that are married, them say the man can't rule me, the man can't lead me, nothing like that. This is a partnership. He better us. Like, but at the end of the day, I bet you these are some women that say happy wife, happy life. So a man can't do what he like to do. Be equal. But at the end of the day, if you ain't happy, nobody in the house happy. Daily chat here, do. Just don't make sense to me, man.
Yeah, man.
There you there?
Asin says they would rather buy a dog and die alone. Romel says improving yourself is a must. The Rock is a perfect example of a self-made man. And literally watch this man make himself a millionaire. That is why his production company is named $7 Productions, because when he went into a meeting with Jim Ross about joining WWE, he had $7 in his pocket. That was all the money he had. Asking the same again, I'm real like, Neil, this is a real frustrating show for me.
Boy,
because they're breaking up terrible. And show going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just
you're biting.
We might have to shut. Yeah, we might go shut. No, tonight.
You breaking a real bad
this isn't going.
You can't even get through thing. All right, so what we've been doing? We've been going here now for how long? We've been live now for about we could think. But anyhow, we can wrap up shortly. We can wrap up in the short term. But I want people to understand something. I want men and women to understand something, right? We are all adults. We are all functioning adults. We are all, for good, bad, and different, however we lead in our lives, we are leading our lives. You are responsible and be holding on to yourself. Whether you're doing good for yourself or you're doing bad for yourself. There always says what you put in is what you can get out. So if you eating the maps every day and you deciding that you eating chips and donuts and things every day and not working out and doing anything, you get fat and it hampers your ability and your quality of life and your ability to have successful relationships and move about. That is on you. The same way, if you got 6, 8, 10 abs, you got muscles from you toenail up to you head top, and you are the best looking person walking the planet, and men and women Google you. That is on you. Let me operate there. I say that to say, take accountability for your missteps. Again, today in our group chat, one of our good friends, shout out Mario Loki, he said, everything is a learning experience. And I know Derek knows this as well. We understand that every time, good, bad, and different, we have a successful relationship, we don't have a successful relationship, we try this gig, we try this creative space, we try certain things and it work and it don't work, we learn from it and we move forward. Yeah? Stop dodging accountability. Stop deflecting situations. We all know what a successful marriage looks like. We know. We also know that we cannot do whatever we like, however we want, and everything fall down in our lap. We know. So let us stop with the bullshit and let us understand that if you want to go to your friends for advice, do that. But make sure that those friends are discerning. They got friends of mine, well, not no, but back in the day, you got a friend of yours as a child, man, you got this rough patch with this woman, man, look, you just need a drink until the foop saying strange. What benefit is me taking on that advice to do? Like, so you are an adult. Stop letting others give you bad advice and move forward. You know what a good man look like. You know what a good woman look like. You know. You also know what you are willing to deal with and put up with and even flourish in. And you also don't know what is detrimental to you and who ain't working for you or whatever. You might be slow to come to the reservoir to drink, but you know they got people you ain't got no business being with. You know they got people that you ain't got no business getting attention to. You know they got people that you ain't got no business laying down with and sleeping with and giving your emotional energy to. You know. So with that said, if you are all of you are adults. So with that being said, stop dodging accountability for failure. Stop going to people to help lead your life. Stop looking to any and everybody to give you guidance. And just do better. Shoot, Derek and myself, we need to do better as men. I'm sure Derek ain't sitting out there thinking that he is the pinnacle of manhood and that he has all of his ducks in a row. There should be nobody walking this planet that believes that they have nothing else to learn to improve. No one should be walking this planet saying, yeah, I got more work to do. I the best here. I am the pinnacle of manhood. I am the baddest woman on the planet. I need no more advice. No. So just I know I can go and say it again. I know we can go come. I mean, this is the life we sign up to. We can go come back. We can go put on Gideon boots and we khaki suit and we can go talk these things again. But I am tired of women out there saying and placing blame wholly, solely, and exclusively on men for all that is happening. Are men responsible for some of the ish? Of course. Are men responsible and play their part in the failure and demise of the modern family and relationships? Of course. But the men are out here doing it by themselves. The men are meeting in dark rooms in hoods saying, you know what, man? See this nuclear family thing. See this traditional family thing. We kick down the door and do some foolishness here, man. We as a man, we can do things. No. So stop with it. Anyhow, I could keep talking, so I think, yeah.
Folks, this is Senate Podcast here on YouTube tonight. Hit the like button, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. We had a difficult stream, a lot of glitches in the Wi-Fi and stuff, so yeah, man. So, unfortunately, we weren't as smooth as we would have wanted to be, but I hope you received the message that we brought as usual. And always remember, folks, you can ignore reality all you want. You cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Neil and I, we don't make the rules. We just make sure you know what they are. So, folks, be the best version of you for you. And we can see you all again very soon. Look out for some shorts coming. We got
tomorrow. No. The shorts next week. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning for next week. But look out for a short coming tomorrow. The shorts coming next week. So yeah, guys, stay safe in these streets. And remember,
she can't even hear it out properly. You gotta play that again, man. Put it to the microphone. There you go. Good night, everybody. Peace and love.
You can see you later.